Today I fucked up by forgetting I am married. Edit, I am sorry if my spelling or writing sucks. English isn't my first language and I tried my best. Sorry for the inconvenience. I have also been writing a lot of TikTok comments, so I guess the shortening stuck even here. Woman face palming, I fixed it up a bit. I didn't expect anyone to see this, to be honest. So my mom called me the other day and said that she is gonna go get divorce papers, and I was so happy for her. Her husband is a horribly jealous douchebag and the marriage has been falling apart for years, and even though she isn't a great person either, it really sucks to see her so unhappy. I am really excited, so I call my friend who I have been talking about this before and start the phone call by saying, guess who's getting divorce papers tomorrow? There's a really awkward silence and I have no idea why. My friend doesn't say anything and after a while is like, are you okay? I am so confused at this point until I realize, wait, I am married. She thinks that I am getting a divorce? Holy shit. I scramble to explain myself and everything is fine now, but I am absolutely mortified. I gave my friend a heart attack for no reason. Person face palming, fair skin. Too long didn't read. I forgot I was married and made my friend think me and my husband are getting divorced by wording things badly. Nah, you didn't forget you were married, you just never even for a second considered you could possibly be in line for divorce. It's all good. Yeah, that might be it. But also I legit forget that I am an actual adult able to be married and shit XD. I forgot I was married. It wasn't a real marriage, but we signed a common law document for insurance purposes. Anyway, I completely forgot it required real divorce proceedings after we broke up. I have one of those with my best friend. He wanted to use the gym at my university. At least your friend didn't respond by saying, so he told you about us, huh? This happened to me once. I was at work, reviewing our group benefits plan for our tiny company, 10 people, and I thought we were overcharged. Married people cost extra. So I called our broker and we go through the bill, and I'm like, look, we only have 3 married people and you charged us for 4. He's a bit stunned, so he reviews the employee list. Isn't J married? Nope. Isn't C married? Nope. M? No. Pause. Aren't you married? Me, stunned, oops, yes. I did something very similar actually. My friend has cancer and, long story short, treatment was hard to come by for him. When he told me he found a way to get treated, I got excited and texted my GF at work, and I worded it the exact same way. We're gonna beat cancer's ass. No response, so I figured she was busy and left it at that. She came home early in a frenzy and I spent 10 minutes getting context, you idiot. Context. Yelled at me. My fiance has done something like this to me a couple times. One time her coworker's husband wound up in the ER and she volunteered to drive the coworker because she was pretty shook up. She texts me with something like, I need to go to the ER, and doesn't respond for like 20 minutes. She was driving. Meanwhile I'm freaking out and calling her parents to see if they know what's going on and cause them to freak out. After she gets to the hospital and drops her coworker off, she calls me and is like, oh, I probably should have explained that a little better, smiley face. Today I fucked up eating my GF out in the living room and getting caught by her dad, who is a pastor. Obligatory. This happened to me my freshman year in college. My GF and I had been dating for just under a year. I went away for college and she lived with her parents and 2 little brothers, 6, 11. When I would visit, we would have zero privacy at her house and car fun was impossible since we didn't have cars and she had an early curfew. The only option we had to be intimate was to wait till everyone went to sleep and to hook up in the living room. We couldn't go to her room because her bed was squeaky AF. Her dad would check in once he heard her door and she had no bedroom lock. We hooked up a few times successfully in the living room, so it wasn't that big of a deal. The day before our anniversary, I was extra horny and had her sit on my face as I laid down face up on the couch with my dick out. We enjoyed ourselves for about 10 minutes until she gets up suddenly and says her dad's name to me out loud. It was strange that she would say his name while I was eating her out, and before it hit me I heard his voice say, "Oh my god, What are y'all doing? Let me get my Bible. He forces my GF in her room and I'm left alone on the couch. They are in her room for about 5 minutes and I decide to pray because my parents are strict AF and I know I'm about to be in trouble. As I'm praying I feel a tap on my shoulder. I'm ready for hell, but when I turn around it's my GF's youngest 6-year-old brother, up at 3 AM. I was like, WTF is going on tonight? Anyways, he asks if I had a tummy ache because of my kneeling praying position. I say no and he literally skips back to bed. I suspected he was gay at 6 and he ended up coming out later in life. Eventually my GF and her dad come out of her room. Here's where it gets interesting. He sits us down and instead of punishing us, he tells us he understands, that he isn't mad, that it will be our secret and if my GF's mom finds out we will all be in trouble. He then proceeds to tell us how we should have planned it to avoid getting caught. That's right, my pastor, GF's dad explained that we should have left the kitchen light on to divert any late night walkers there and gone to the dining room so we would have had more time to sort ourselves out before anyone walked in. It was strange. He sits us in the dining room, tells us to have fun and goes back to bed. I'm still shaken up by what had just happened, but with my oral skills at its peak, my GF wanted me to finish. I had to decline and say bye for the night before seeing her and her dad for our 1-year anniversary the next day. He took us to get pictures at the mall the next day. Too long didn't read, eating my GF out on the living room couch and her dad, who is a pastor, catching us in the act and giving us tips on the right way to avoid detection. Edit, to clarify that my GF's dad gave tips on how to avoid detection and not how to perform the actual act. Edit 2, formatting. We are no longer together, sadly. Thankfully we ended on good terms and can laugh about it now. Edit 3, yes, it's a true story and I mentioned the comment about her little brother because it randomly popped in my head as I was posting. Thinking back, that little detail of him was funny to me. I loved that kid. He was like a little bro to me and so funny. Anyways, his mannerisms even as a little boy just made me suspect he would be gay. After he asked about my tummy he kissed my leg, giggled, then skipped off into the night. No offense intended, just a funny side note. Honestly, there's usually one cool parent, but they can only be cool when the other parent isn't around, because the non-cool parent will get pissed because the cool parent doesn't agree with them. A lot of these today I fucked up sound similar. Is it just me or do y'all notice this too? Oh, I had sex and got caught by a parent when I was a teenager. What a fuck up, haha. At least he knew that nothing he could do would stop it, and he approached it as a rational person. Mad props to that dude. Luckily I've never been caught in the act, just a few close calls. I remember once laying on the floor while still inside my GF acting like we're sleeping until he went away. Talk about being nervous. I was playing with my GF at her room. Her dad unexpectedly come home. I was hiding under my GF bed for 1 hour and almost caught because there's only me and my GF at the house. Her dad can tell that I'm inside the house because my car and shoes still there lamau. But we somehow escaped that shit with some stupid reason on where is me at that current time. Also her dad is abuser. Oh yeah, you know I'd be dead if I got caught that time. Now the condition is getting better and supposedly her dad will leave for good next month. Why did your GF call her dad by name? You need to leave the light on so you can eat that thang like a chicken wang, son. Today I fucked up by getting caught balls deep in my girlfriend by her dad. So this happened like 20 minutes ago. My girlfriend's dad doesn't really like me. We've had our history of drama, so that's mostly the reason why. But me and her have been better and haven't had issues for a long time. That being said, I'll still go over to her house and hang out with her. She still lives with her dad right now as she's still in college. I'm about to get a place but still saving up money. Anyway, she forgot to lock her door because her dad was still there. Her dad has had a habit of knocking and then coming in. Parents, please stop doing that shit. Respect your kids' privacy so you don't get PTSD. We got done watching a movie and things started to get frisky between us. Things got heated and once I finished blowing my torpedo, not 10 fucking seconds later he knocks on the door and just barges in and says, Heyo, I ordered pizza if you want any. We make eye contact for a split fucking second until I finally look down at my girlfriend out of panic and she covers us with the blanket. That dude saw some shit. She says okay and he walks out. My girlfriend starts to laugh her ass off while I stare at the wall in shock. I've never felt my dick get soft so fast. We talked about it afterwards and she is embarrassed, but honestly I feel embarrassed for all of us. I really didn't need him to see his daughter getting dicked down by a guy he doesn't like, and I feel bad that he has to live with that image in his head. Honestly, I'm not going back to her house for a long time. Too long didn't read. Girlfriend's dad saw me dicking her down. We now all collectively have PTSD. Edit, well, I wasn't expecting this to blow up, so I suppose I'm glad people enjoyed my personal therapy post. I should probably respond to some comments through here since there's too many. I'm trying to make humor out of the situation. I'm fucking embarrassed to all hell, so as I was writing this, blowing my torpedo felt appropriate. It's the truth anyway. We are both 21. She graduates college this fall, so she'll be moving out soon. I have a job and work 40 hours a week. I also currently live with my dad in a 1-bedroom trailer, so I sleep on the couch and have no privacy. Our only option to be intimate is at her place. People were wondering that, so I figured I'd clarify. Believe me, I'm not fond of it. When her dad is there we have to be quiet. When nobody is home, like last week, we get to be loud, which is nice. I've tried convincing her to get a nice motel/hotel with me like once a month, because in my eyes it's worth it. But she thinks it's a waste of money. I don't really like arguing, so I've just let it go. Gotta make the girl happy. Sex is still good anyway, even when being quiet. Edit 2, why do I have 4 followers? Edit 3, formatting. Edit 4, 10 followers. You guys think I'm gonna post dick pics or something? Edit 5, too many comments. Can't keep up. Nice to know there are absolute psychos on this platform though. Edit 6, 96 fucking followers. Edit 7, 108 followers. If one more of you troglodytes follows me, I'm gonna blow my brains out. Edit 8, well, seems this post is dying down. I appreciate the comments, guys. At least the wholesome ones. Not the ones with people calling me a liar or shitting on my girlfriend saying she doesn't have a right to privacy. Fuck those comments. My girlfriend is reading all of the and laughing her ass off, so it's helped the situation. Next time we'll be sure to lock the door. Hopefully this is the last edit. Have a good day, guys. At least now you have a topic to talk to him about. Conversation over dinner years later. Op, remember the day you caught me having sex your daughter, then we had pizza? Lamau, one time on my brother's birthday my dad walked in on my brother and his then girlfriend in a similar situation and was like, your grandmother's on the phone, thank her for the money she sent, and handed him the phone and walked out again. Like a decade later my brother is still traumatized. Got real lucky with my fill, though at 17 I didn't expect that to be a thing one day. Came downstairs while she was downstairs on me, and it was beyond obvious what was happening. He went upstairs fast as fuck, I panicked and she wanted to finish up. Why do ladies always find these moments funny? So I left out the back, avoided her dad's for a while before he came to where I worked. This is how I die, and pulled me aside. Look, I am not naive enough to think you guys are sitting downstairs alone and not being teenagers, nor am I dumb enough to think I can stop her from seeing who she wants. You will be careful, you will respect her. I was 18 before too, I get it. Game nights Saturday, see you then. Several years later, married with 2 kids, dudes like my father.